We're here with the third boot from season 7 of BBD, Tanner. How are you
I'm crying.
feeling?
I'm crying. The fact that you just said third boot, I'm real sad about it.
Well, there's no shame in pre-jury.
I mean, there's like a little shame. So, at least on my end, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I feel ashamed that I didn't make it as far as I wanted to, but I also am like proud of what I did with the cards that I was dealt, if that makes sense.
No, that's fair enough. You've been an underdog basically from the start of the season. What do you feel like puts you into that position to begin with?
I literally don't know. And like, that was the most frustrating thing about my whole experience was I would go to people and I would try to initiate conversation and they would like either ignore me or they would keep it like really surface level. And so then I got nominated for not being active enough was like what everybody was saying. And so I just found myself in this really weird loop of people are saying that I'm not active enough. So I try to be active, but then they're not receptive to me being active. So then I back off because I don't want to seem pushy. And then I get nominated for not being active. So, like, I don't know if it's my paranoia or if I'm really just that bitch and like know what's going on. But I really just feel like there was something going on that like I wasn't going to know about and couldn't have known about and it just kind of like did me in.
All right, fair enough. Um, so you mentioned not necessarily being, or at least at the start, you didn't feel like you were too well at competitions and stuff, but you came out the gate winning both the vetoes the first two time you were in the block, saving yourself from going home. So what was that experience like for you?
I mean it was kind of awesome, not going to lie. Like I really know that I don't know I have suspicions of like groups of people who I think are working together and wanted me out. So whether I'm true or not, whether that's true or not, like I know there were people in the house that were big mad every time they saw me winning competitions. So I feel good about that. And I also just feel good, like, I didn't really have faith that I was good at competitions because in my previous, like, org history, no matter what the orgs have been, I have, like, struggled when it comes to competitions. Like, I played in two previous orgs and I won two competitions and I made it like really far in both games and I've only won two comps. So I wasn't really thinking that I was going to do well and then I did and I don't know if it was like a mix of luck or if it was just my adrenaline like really kicking in because I wanted to stay so bad that I was just like tapping into something. I'm not for sure, but I mean I'm definitely proud that I won two vetoes because it just like gives me a little bit of street cred and I know that it was pissing bitches off in the house. So and I saved me from extra 2 weeks because I'm sure I like would have gone home week 1 or week 2 if I hadn't won the veto.
All right, awesome. Well, obviously it was a unanimous vote to evict. Are you upset? Is there anybody that you expected to vote differently?
No, I'm like, and I've said this really in any of the orgs that I've ever played in. Like, I never get mad at the people who vote me out. I usually only ever get mad at the HOH because fundamentally, like, I'm not going to expect somebody to vote for me to stay unless it's like beneficial for their game. And obviously, right now, like, the house dynamic is that I was public enemy number one. And I think regardless of if people liked me or not, they knew that like being associated with me was not a benefit to them. So I knew I was going to go out unanimously or I knew I was going to figure out a way to like get the vote to flip in my favor. Like I knew that it was either one or the other. I was either going to stay or I was going to go out with nobody voting for me just because, like, I think especially for people like Auk and Alyssa, who, like, we generally did have good conversations, and, like, I don't think they're really the ones pulling the strings. Watch me be wrong and, like, that be the tea. But I don't really feel like they're the ones pulling the strings. So, like, in a perfect world, if they could get away with it, I'm sure they would have voted to keep me. But I don't know. Like, I'm not mad, and I didn't expect them to do that because all it's going to do is alienate them from the people in the house who have been running the gig for however many days.
All right. So the first eviction, it was Carson and Megan on the block. You voted against the house for Megan to go home. But the next week, it was Megan and Tyrell against each other on the block as final nominees. And you voted for Tyrell to go, and you seemed in your goodbye message like you wanted Megan to stay. So how would you describe like your dynamic with her?
Listen, so really the first week, like, necessarily, I only voted for Megan not because I, like, have an issue with her. I just thought it would be funny, like, to not vote with the house. And so, like, that's why I was kind of gagged that 3 people total, like, voted her out. Because I thought I was just gonna be like one little hinky um vote to the side, like, just because I think it's messy and funny. And, like, I kind of recognized early on in the game that I was kind of like playing on borrowed time, because the minute that I got nominated first, like, I don't know if it's like my intuition or what's going on, but, like, from the jump in this house, like, I just did not have a good feeling. Like, I didn't think that people were trustworthy. I knew that there were probably lots of conversations going on behind my back, because there's just no way that people are ignoring me and then not, like, talking to other people. Like, people don't come, because if they were ignoring me and also ignoring everybody else, I feel like it would be being heard about, because they would be being called inactive. Like, they would have been like called out for being inactive. So I know that they were just probably ignoring me and ignoring other people. So I'm only talking about that because when it comes to the whole Megan thing, I voted her out because I thought it would be funny, and I realized that it was like my moves in the game were going to be limited just because of the feeling and the vibes that I was getting. So I might as well just, like, do whatever the fuck I want. And it just sounded fun to evict her. And then the second week, like, I really don't mind Megan, and Tyrell is a snake, and I didn't like him from the beginning. And I don't know if that's because I just don't do well with his typing style or, like, what's going on, but I never got a good read on him, and I always felt like he was, like, kind of shady. So it wasn't a hard decision to put a vote on him, even though I knew um, Megan was going home. But overall, like, I think Megan is kind of just, like, odd. Like, I've played in another org with her, and she's just an interesting little duck. Like, I don't know. She's an odd one, but I don't really have, like, negative things to say about her. I think she's just kind of odd.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, so that second HOH, I think maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure you were happy to see Bailey win the HOH. Like, how upset were you when it he ended up nominating you that week?
I was really upset. Yeah, because you're right. I was excited that he won. Like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to, like, formulate this sentence. So if you look at the gifs and, like, the reaction pictures that I sent about everybody, which I don't know if we're gonna talk about that, but his specifically, it was like a gif of Candy Burris being like, "Piggyback your ass up, you fake ass bitch," and that's just kind of the epitome of, like, that moment whenever I got nominated by Bailey, because I got played so hard, because I was in my DR being like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to be safe this week." And then literally he's like talking to me in our one-on-one being like, "Yeah, I just need to figure out what's going on. Like, you need to let me know what you're thinking, because we need to figure this out." And I'm like, "Oh my god, this is amazing. Like, maybe I was wrong and that first week isn't going to determine how the rest of my game goes." And then literally out of nowhere, like 2 seconds before the nomination ceremony, he's like, "Yeah, I'm nominating you because everybody else told me to." which is like such weak sauce. Like, just say that you're nominating me because you like don't want to work with me. Like, I don't need the frilly bullshit and the lies of you like trying to save your ass and
Mhm.
telling me that you don't want to work with me. Like, just tell me that you don't want to work with me, and that's fine, and you can nominate me, and it is what it is. So I really was gagged. And after that, it like took a lot in me to not like freak the absolute fuck out on him, which I feel like I did a really good job. Like that was my I think if you look back at my application, like that was my ultimate goal was this time coming in, I didn't want to absolutely lose my cool and have a meltdown. And I didn't. Like I still kind of had like little snarky little things here and there, but I didn't have like a full scale freak out. And it was because I was like constantly trying to have faith that like okay, Bailey nominated me. Whether or not I save myself, maybe if I don't freak out on him, I will at least have more options and like a higher probability of staying. So that was just kind of my outlook.
Understandable. Well, looking at the remaining 11 house guests, who do you think, like, who are you thinking right now has good chances? Who are you thinking are kind of doomed?
Who do I think has good chances of winning and who has no chance?
Yeah.
Um, that's tough because I feel like the people I want to win probably like don't have a higher probability of winning. I think the people who are playing the best games right now is probably I think Yag is playing a really good game, and I wouldn't mind seeing him win either. I think that he was talking to me in our one on one that the game he's trying to play would be ruined if he campaigned for me, even though he wanted me to stay. And I think that he just did a really good job of like I don't think he's really in the majority because I feel like there's a majority alliance. I've said it a lot. I feel like there's a group of people, and I don't know exactly who's in it. I have some feelings, but whether he's in it or not, I think he's doing a really good job of like bridging both sides of the house. So whether he wins or not, I do think he's going to go really far, just because I think he's playing smart. Other I think Lex is playing really well, even though I shouldn't say that because she like never spoke to me. But I think that was just like the house mentality. Like I'm not gonna hold not talking to me against anyone because I think early on it was just established that like the house mentality was gonna be to ignore me or like blow smoke up my ass. So like I just don't think anybody was real with me. So at the end, like they're all on equal playing field. So overall, I think that she is doing reasonably well. I think the people that are doomed, I think Gina and Emma, like regardless of me and any part that I played in it, like because I wasn't even the one that people knew that they were a duo before I started saying it. But I think that collectively, like I don't think that they're going to be able to both stay. One of them might be able to rally after the other one leaves. But I think like that's probably going to explode really quickly. And then I don't know. Selfishly, I don't think that Bailey or Tyrell, like they may go far, but I don't think that they're going to win simply because they are not as smart as they think they are. Like they are making moves thinking that they're like these masterminds. But I knew that they were untrustworthy from the beginning. And I think that like they thought that I thought that they were like doing me all these favors and like I trusted them. And I just think if I was able to read into the fact that they're very like sketch, I think other people are probably going to read into that. So they'll probably do well, but I don't think that they have any chance, those two.
Uh, okay, makes sense. Um, so did you want to get into your goodbye messages?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, no. Like, I feel like they're all just gonna be like so fake, and like everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, wish that we would have been able to keep you this week." But like, what I've been saying for the past 24 hours is, at some point, you literally have to decide to stop saying, "I wish we were the house," and just make the decision to be the house. And that's like when it comes to people like Alyssa and Seth and Auk. who I'm under the impression that they're not like in these like really big power groups, like it would have been to their benefit to try and find two other people and save me, because I would have been a meat shield for them. And I don't know, it just, I feel like it would have worked out for the best for them. So I don't really want goodbye messages, because I think that people are just gonna say, I wish that you had stayed, or people are gonna say you were a threat, you had to go, but not tell me why I was a threat. So you can read them, but or you can send them, or you can do whatever you need to do, but I'm not really like excited for the clownery. But go
Fair
on and read the
enough.
messages.
Um, okay, do you see a channel called Exit Interviews?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll post them there.
Okay.
First of all, Gina and Yag both didn't do one. How does it make you feel?
I don't really. I mean, like at the end of the day, when it comes to Gina, honest dead ass, because I know her, she probably didn't know that she was supposed to do one because she didn't vote. So she probably didn't even think to do it. And even still, like
Oh, hold
she,
on. I'm being told Gina did one last second. Okay, so that just makes it Yag now.
um,
Screaming.
I mean, like that sucks, but also he and I really did like have a lot of talks like earlier today, like kind of as I was walking out the door. So I understand why he didn't keep me. It would have been nice if he was like gonna say who he was like aligned with and give, but like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be butthurt.
All right, fair enough. Well, here was Gina's one.
Like literally, like I know. Um, I didn't really, I mean, expect anything else. Like Gina and I are close. Like we're tight in another org that we play in, and like it's not like I would have expected her to like lay down and die on the sword. And I think that she just like got lucky because I have been public enemy number one for a while. So it was just kind of like if there was ever a week to go on the block, it might as well be against me.
Fair. Here's Awk.
I really hope. Okay, so he said that he hopes he's going to try and take out that big alliance. I hope that I gave him the right names of the people that I think are working together. Um, I really hope that he does well. Like that's like he's probably going to be one of the people that I'm rooting for once this is all over. Yeah.
Okay, here's Alyssa.
Yeah, same. Like I said, knew that that was probably what she was gonna say. Everybody wishes that they could keep me, but nobody was willing to actually put in the work to do so. So it is what it is. I will miss her though. She was a little skinny.
Here's Miss Bailey.
So confused by that. Like he's not in a position to start calling shots. Like I don't know. I really do feel like Bailey is in some kind of alliance, like large alliance. And if he's not, that just further proves that like it was stupid to nominate me the second week whenever he could have taken a shot at the people who are now probably going to be going after him. Like if there is a group in the house and he's not a part of it, like now that I'm gone, they're probably going to go after him next. So like wish I could have sympathy and like care that you fucked yourself over, but I'm petty and an Aries. So, sorry about it.
That's period. Here's Advent.
Literally, what did I say? People were going to say how threatening I am, but not give reasons why I'm threatening. Because, like, even if you did use the whole you won two comps, you're a threat, like, people were saying that I was a threat and an outcast from literally the minute that I got nominated and used that as reasoning why. So, like you say I'm a threat, but why am I a threat? Because you're a threat. Okay, why am I a threat? Because you're a threat. Like you can literally only reason with like people that have worms for brains so much before you like fucking finally have an aneurysm and die. because like they don't get it. It's literally not cooking delicious. Like it's nothing. There's something up there that's not firing. Like pistons are not clicking, gears are not meshing, something's not. And that's literally how I felt about Edvin the entire time. Like I think Edvin's probably going to do well in the game, which is why the gif that I sent or the picture that I sent said not bad for a girl with no talent. Like Edvin does not have the range, but Edvin will probably go far because like that's just, the way that fucking life works. The skinniest bitches always get taken out first.
Maybe that's tea. um, next is Megan. Not Megan.
Okay,
I'm
hey
sorry.
Miss
Next is
Megan,
Emma.
sending one from the grave.
I can't. Oh my God. Hold on. I exited on purpose. Not on purpose. Girl, I'm a mess. My
It's
brain is
okay.
like off today. Okay, here's Emma's.
Okay. I mean, like, Emma's literally a crackhead. We literally need to talk about that for 2 seconds. This hoe literally came into my one-on-one throwing Gina under the bus for no reason. Literally was saying that like Gina's obsessed with her and like they've only met 3 times and how Gina thinks that they're closer than they actually are. Like, for what, sis? Like, why are you throwing your good Judy under the bus for no reason? Especially if you know that I'm going to go home anyways. Like, it really didn't make any sense. So that bitch is a crackhead. And me and my challenge beastness that literally won an alphabetizing competition and picking out Jen Johnson's nose from a list, like, we will go on about our business.
Here is Lex.
At least she knows the tea. Like, I don't know. I'll find out obviously once I'm able to like scan through one-on-one, like, or not one-on, but like alliance chats and DRs. But like, I don't want to say that I'm that entertaining bitch, but like, I feel like now that I'm gone, like, it's gonna be really crusty. Like, it's gonna be so dry. So the sis is not wrong. Um, yeah.
I'll give them a chance, but I'm definitely disappointed you're out so soon.
I'm
Um,
just like, the bitches were literally like, I literally can't describe enough that gift that I was sending. The one where it was because like all the Bad Girls Club's gifts is literally how I feel like when all the bad girls like get kicked out for fighting. So the one where she was at the reunion and she was like, "Oh, they said hey, pretty girl in the house, let's hate on her." And then there's another one that I couldn't find the gift, but it's Janelle from BGC 11, and she's at the reunion. And she's like, once I got in the house, bitches just decided they weren't gonna like me. Period. And that's literally how I felt in this game. Like, people just decided from the beginning that like they wanted me out and couldn't give any reasons why they wanted me out. They just wanted me out. And now that I'm gone, like, y'all can literally sit around and say hello to each other in the cell block and not have any other conversations in there, and I guess just like be little rats and scurry around in your alliance chats if you have them, and that's tea. So
period. Here's Seth.
a little bit of revenge for Megan. The ultimate gag is that I literally saved Megan, so oop, you have to oop. Like,
Here's
I'll get
oh, go on.
penalized for Megan going home because if I like she had to go home because otherwise it would have been me. Like, at the end of the day, okay, make that make sense. But it is what it is.
Here's Miss Zachary.
So Zach is honestly like the one person in the house who that's what always constantly made me question like if my intuition was really good, because like at the beginning I really thought that like Zach was really coming for my wig and like was gonna try and get me out, and then come to find out as things progressed, like he was the one that was like actually really like riding or dying. Um so if I could go back and change one thing, it may have been to like really just like all in trust him at the beginning, because I really do think that like he does have a good heart. So I am sad to be leaving, because I think that he and I probably could have like joined forces earlier on and maybe like pulled in somebody like Auk or Seth or Alyssa, and like the people that I was trying to get to come together to save me this week. If we could have like formed something in the very beginning, then maybe I would have situation. So bye, skinny little rainbow raider.
And finally, here's Tyrell.
Ugh, God, this fucking. What does CYA mean? Sia? Like, is that
I,
supposed to be a joke? Like, this move is called Sia.
I'm assuming it was. I can't.
At the end of the day, Tyrell really like thinks that he's that girl, but cute next to gorgeous, like gorgeous is always gonna devour cute, and he like similar to what I was talking about Edvin, but even worse, like literally something is not clicking in his brain. Like I feel like he really thinks that like he's this like genius mastermind, and like I know he has like sick satisfaction because like he backdoored me and like he's responsible for me going home. But like you literally can't even form a sentence that makes sense. Like if I was to go back through our one-on-one and like read everything that was like said, he literally will start a sentence to be like, well, the reasoning for the decisions of what was made by me for the instance that we're in is just how it must be. Like, what? Baby girl, like put the thesaurus down. I don't need all 500 motherfucking adjectives and descripting words and synonyms for like every like you can literally just say I'm putting you up because. So, girl, that's I like I said, he's probably going to go far, and I would actually be shocked if he won. Dead ass, even if he gets to the final two, the bitch isn't going to win, because you actually have to be able to formulate a coherent thought to be able to answer a jury question, and that is not his forte. So, that's my tea, sip it nice.
All right. Well, it's been great getting all your insights. Um, did you have any final thoughts?
Um, my final thoughts is that I just want to say thank you to like obviously you and Sam and DR and Flynn. Like, I really wish that I had been able to like pull out something better for you all. I really hope that I at least like did that in my short amount of time. And if you ever do BBD second chances, like literally hit me up, because I really just feel like um this shit was not it. So, anyways, yeah. And also just to any of my spec friends, I'm so excited that I get to come see you. I wish that I had stayed around longer. And that's it. For as much as it was like really shitty, I did have fun. So I guess that's
Mhm.
important, right?
And and you're still in the top five of BBD UK, so maybe you'll take that one home.
There we go. Who knows?
Mhm. But yeah, I guess that's all. So we'll add you to the spec lounge shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.